It is a crisis only getting worse.
County data shows more foster children sleeping in office buildings. We first reported on this issue some 2 months ago. Tonight, 10 Investigates found Franklin County is on pace to house more children this year.
Ohio's lingering problem comes at a time when other states are finding solutions. Here's Chief Investigative Reporter Bennett Haberly.
This is Franklin County Children's Services, where so far this year, 36 children have spent the night.
I just flipped over a couple things out here.
You're looking at body camera footage from late February.
These kids.
A Whitehall police officer is taking photos of damage caused by 3 children, all under the age of 12.
I like y'all touching.
Relax, buddy.
Get over here right now. Get over here.
The kids ran away from the county office, and police were called to bring them back. In the back of the cruiser, a 12-year-old girl gave this explanation for her actions.
So when I try to calmly talk to them, they don't want to listen. So when I show this side, they all want to be scared and they all want to call the police.
So what side are you talking about?
The side that you see in there.
That you...
The side that y'all just seen. The side that y'all see is walking out. The side that y'all see that whole building destroyed.
The girl tells the officer she has been sexually abused in the past, but doesn't go into detail. She tells him she was looking for knives because she considered hurting herself.
You wanted to end your life. Why? Why? First off, why are you here? Why are you up
I'm
to the
here
service?
because this morning, the cops can't... This morning, my grandma woke us up, me and my brother, that's not my brother, but my other one, hitting us with a steel bat. So I got up, put my clothes on, and I walked out. Me and him, walking on the grass, and she's trying to run us over with her car. So I called the police, they came, and they dropped us off.
Because you didn't have a safe place to go, right?
Yep.
When children are removed from homes and foster placements can't be made, they end up coming here. Since 2020, the FCCS office has temporarily housed more than 160 foster children, a disproportionate number of whom have been black.
But we're seeing this crisis all over the country.
Naomi Riley works for the American Enterprise Institute.
And placing kids in hotels or offices or, homeless shelters, places like that, any longer than really a night just should not be, part of our spectrum of care.
Riley says part of the problem is these children have unique needs, which can be challenging for foster parents to handle. She told me there's a need for more congregate care facilities to help them. But our own reporting found Ohio already spends millions sending kids to out-of-state residential treatment facilities, more than half of which we found were mired by allegations of abuse or neglect. And others like Sequel Pomegranate here in Columbus have since closed amid allegations of abuse.
I mean, I understand people feel like they've been burned by by facilities that are abusive, but the answer to that has got to be more oversight. It cannot just be closing them down left and right.
Across the country, we found foster children in at least 26 states have spent time sleeping in offices or hotels. States like Tennessee and Georgia, however, are now spending additional money, trying to entice more caseworkers and providers to hold on to children longer.
We feel really good about this happening in Shelby County very soon, and all kids will be out of offices and into transitional homes.
Armed with this information, we took our questions to Governor DeWine.
Is there more Ohio can do to address that problem?
There is more we can do. The budget that we presented to the General Assembly really calls for and allows to be developed what we would call tiered foster care. The key really is when you have kids with very significant needs, you have to have foster parents who have been trained to deal with those particular challenges.
Kids need a bed, kids need a blanket and a pillow.
But former foster children tell us there is a need for action now, that more foster parents may not equate to better care. Regine Turner and her sister Augustine are now in their 20s and say the problem has been long-standing. They too stayed in this office in Cleveland years ago while in between placements.
I'm pretty sure if you interviewed 20 aged out foster kids, at least 18 of us have had horrible experiences, if not all.
But should there be a stopgap measure? I mean, 400 kids over the past fiscal year ended up staying at least one night in a county office. I mean, in your views, is that an acceptable habitat for somebody to stay in?
No, certainly no one wants to see that happen. The answer, though, to that is having more places for these children to go. And to have more places for these children to go, you have to have trained foster parents.
And just yesterday, the Ohio House passed their version of the budget, but it did not include those programs that Governor DeWine referenced. One advocate for the children's services agencies across the state told me that there are millions of dollars in proposed cuts in this House budget, which will have a negative impact on what she called critical programs for foster parents and children.